All right, we are here with Jolom, Tangerhurler, the Worldwalker, Bant, 4 mana, 3/3. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, choose a up to one target artifact or land that is not a creature or a token. It becomes a 3/3 spirit with vigilance and double team. Double team does not exist on paper, but what it reads is it creates a copy of that card to your hand, and then they both lose that ability. That way it doesn't just go infinite with itself. So if you essentially animate a forest and swing with it, you get a forest to your hand that you can play. That's it. It doesn't do anything crazy. It looks complicated, but that's just what it is. You make something a 3/3, and then you get a copy of that in your hand, and that's it. So you can copy things like Key to the Archive, right? You swing with a 3/3 key, and then you get another one, so you can, keep spamming key cards and stuff like that. Obviously, the 3/3 is a bit vulnerable. You can play a ton of protection spells. You can play a bunch of removal spells, so it's easy for them to swing. You can play counter spells, planeswalkers. I think this kind of just lets you do whatever you want. There's a giant package of creatures that care about artifacts. I think mostly I just have Sai and Emery in here. I am running sweepers. I don't want to go too creature heavy. Obviously, if I have a choice, I will take the least creature deck if I can. So that's what I'm doing. But there's certainly 5, maybe even 6 ways to build this, which is hilarious. I think I'm doing a healthy middle ground of top end planeswalker nonsense counterspells with like artifacts matter style thing going on. It's sort of all over the place just a little, but I think there's enough of everything in here where I feel fine. I've never played with this card. It's just a goofy removal spell that then later gives something else instant speed ability. I don't know, it seems cool enough, I guess. Pock is all over the place, and Pock starts as a 10/10, so at least it'll always do something. I don't really know how I feel about Portable Hole. It's nice to wipe out early stuff and then make Portable Hole a 3/3, get another one to your hand, and cast the next one. But if your opponent just chump blocks with whatever the Portable Hole was going to exile anyways, because they're going to lose it to your second Portable Hole, I don't really like this. Also, swinging with your Oblivion Rings doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. You don't really want to turn your O-Ring into a creature, and then it can die. It's a lot easier for it to die as a 3/3 than it is as just a looming artifact in play. I'm not a fan of O-Ring effects anyways, and I think this is just even worse. Making them creatures, I don't like that. But for now, I'm just going to keep them in, because I'm willing to try it. Thousand Moon Smithy and stuff like this are legendaries, so you can't have 2 in play, but I guess it's still fine. I still like the trigger on it. I don't hate anything about this card, really. I think it's just what we're trying to do. It's just, unfortunately, a legendary. But that's not too big of a deal. I mean, I can loop them or something. I can cast Emery and then pick up the first one and then recast it and then legendary loop it, or it's like still makes kind of sort of sense, maybe. I don't know, but it's just something to do, right? Something on theme. So that's it. Planeswalkers, weird artifact jank, counter spells. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let's roll. Oh wow, what a surprise. Look at you go. Guess I'll just leave up this. I don't know. Nope. There goes that option. Well, at least my opponent just didn't need the Llanowar Elves, I guess, which is kind of weird. My opponent has 3 of the best cards in their deck, but fortunately after like the first one it doesn't it's not as useful. Okay, let's play you as a land and pass, I think. Yep. What does this do? Okay, I can play this, draw 2 cards, and then pot costs 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can pay for the disruption very easily. I guess I am playing out a Tezzeret and discarding maybe Lembas. It's not feeling too good right now. Let's get ourselves a Hollowed Fountain. Yeah. And then just plus. You know what? Maybe I don't like the Chromatic Lantern. The Lembas at least draws a card. The Lantern not looking too useful. Well, they don't have lands. That's pretty good. Means Pock is a little not looking too exciting right now for the opponent. Let us do it again, or do we play this first? I'm probably going to wind up swordsing Pock anyways, so I guess I'll just do this. Sure. Why not? I don't need that. Okay, I don't imagine I'm going to do anything impactful there. Let's get rid of you. And then swords Pock. And then play this. Alright, so I can disruption Pock if this keeps happening. I guess it's not impossible to do that. How tan is my Jolom? Well, so far it hasn't been very useful, but that's not really a surprise. Especially playing against something like this. Okay, so I love to see all this ramp and then have nothing to do with all that ramp. But they have all the mana they'll ever need. It's just a matter of me not dying. Alright, so get rid of you and you. And then I guess I'm going to River's Rebuke. Because I would like to maybe race to this ultimate and then win with it. I think that's... If it's possible, I should. It just, like, every time a artifact taps, I draw. I only have one, though, but it's still a card draw engine, and I don't hate that. No disruption for us, though, unfortunately. You tapped. Oh, nice. The land they copied is tapped. Slows them down quite a bit here. Still probably not slowing them down enough for me to win, but you know what? It's better than nothing. Alright, I cannot afford Pock to hit me. I think that's just not realistic, so... I shall exile it violently. And then pass, because I got nothing else to do. And I can wash it away if they cast it again. Which they can, so I will. Alright, that was a pretty good draw. Guess I'm starting with this thing. Oh, wait. Tap that to draw first. And then play this. And then play this. And then hope my opponent casts Pock again. They do not. Rip. All of this is, like, great and all, but unless I win the game, this doesn't really, I'm not really getting anywhere. But there's not too many crazy big spells without Pock in play that are really that scary, but there are still some. Like Ulamog is annoying, but I don't think it just straight wins the game. Okay, they didn't cast their Utopia Sprawl, and I don't know why. I think it was free there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Portal is nice, and I guess Jace. So we get back to Fairy or Tezzeret with this Elspeth Conquer's death thing here. Loyalty. Let us do this. Fortunately, my opponent has tokens, so the portal's a little not great. I think I'm going to cast Wrath, because Portal can be useful later. It's not like Pock goes stupid wide, so I think this makes sense. And then I can plus and discard Uro for free, I guess. Sort of. And, you... Oh, man, I love my whole hand. I guess Teferi can go. I guess Teferi can go. Alright, we leave up Disdainful Stroke this way. Surely we'll get to our commander at some point. Great Henge. I will counter that because I don't want my opponent to infinitely draw out of this. Alright, nice. Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't really have a window to cast my commander, unfortunately, so it did feel like a Bant control deck, which is absolutely where I love to be, mind you. But it is kind of unfortunate I didn't get to utilize this. But if at any point I did cast this and had like shields down and the only answer to Pock was a sweeper, I can't really ever do the 3/3 thing. Pock is a 14/14. It's not like the 3/3 will survive. I'm not gaining value necessarily, right? Which is unfortunate, but it's not the worst. I can like do it on the Arcane Signet kind of, and then like tap it because it's got Vigilance and Draw because of the Teferi, or not Teferi. I'm so used to Teferi. Tezzeret Ultimate. So I can like do that and then recast the other one and keep drawing that way or something. But as long as I have them locked down, I don't really need this value engine, right? It feels like a secondary thing going, which is fine. So, nice. Moving on. Do I like this hand? I kind of like this. Wait, which one is this? Okay, I like it less. Actually, I don't know which one's better for the Farewell, but it's probably not this one. This hand literally doesn't do anything when I was talking about. I can't play it anyways. Okay, this is slightly better. This Headquarters really likes to be in my hands, and I guess I'm not too upset. Alright, so dumb potato, that stuff. Guess I'll Glask it. There's not too many ways to poison your opponent, so hopefully that is the only thing my opponent's trying to do. And apparently they're drawing literally nothing but all of the poison cards. Why wouldn't you? Alright, I'm going to Cyclonic Rift this, so it doesn't hit me. And then maybe wash away Atraxa, or just let them recast this. Alright, well, there goes all my counter spells. Because this card is dumb. Well, yep, guess that's that then. No more counter spells for me, because Delighted Halfling is dumb. So fun. Opponent is struggling with something. Anything to make me suffer, I guess. So I can play this and make a second Glasket. Don't really know what that's doing, but whatever. I guess I swing with it? I don't know. This is going to be an example of why I think Glasgow is profoundly stupid, I'm anticipating. Oh. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Alright, my opponent just answered it anyways. I'm not really upset with that at all. Fine. I need a land for River's Rebuke. It's not very useful, but it's better than nothing, I guess. This is just so stupid. Found one. Recast that and that next turn. Don't really have a choice. Because my opponent's missing lands. They actually don't have black mana or white mana, which is very interesting. I would love to counterspell something. Be really nice, but it's not looking like I'm going to be able to do that. Alright, go to combat, do this. Swing. This is so goofy. Staff of Completion is dangerous. I don't want to, like, die, but my hand is all completely useless garbage because Delighted Halfling exists for some reason. I'm gonna leave up the card draw on my Staff of Completion. I need to get out of this real quick. Alright, surely my opponent will never, like, block Replicating Ring, and I don't think I'm ever in a position to make a second Staff of Completion, because it costs so much life to, you know, not die to it. Oh, okay, sure. I think I'm going to draw right now. Midnight Clock, that was actually a good draw. Sure. This might be a flip over. Wait, how many does it need? It is 12. He's 8. Okay. I do have Karn's Bastion as well, but all that mana is not even that useful. What does this do? Don't care. Countering literally anything. If my opponent's going to be able to... If my opponent lets me counter stuff, I don't see why I wouldn't. Like, they could have cast Atraxa at some point, and for some reason just haven't done that. I feel like I would have basically lost by now if they did. Could still, obviously, very easily lose this game. It looks like I'm going to. Well, that just blows up all of my cards. That is a very bad idea. Am I going to have to blow up my own stuff? I guess I get to pick one of them up. My opponent's been missing lands this entire game, which is absolutely hilarious to me. I guess I'm negating this just so I don't proliferate, but there's not really another reason to do that. I really do not want to blow up my own stuff. Like, I don't want to do that. It feels like such a terrible idea. Especially if my opponent just draws a land and plays Atraxa and I lose. But, I don't know. I probably just don't have a choice. I probably do not have a choice here. My opponent is kind of low. Maybe I can risk it. Maybe I can. Maybe I can, just not undo inversion. Okay, and then pass. Oh, Tezzy boy. Alright, get rid of this. Alright, they finally cast it, so now I get 1 poison counter, and then 2, I go to 6. Proliferate or draw? I think I proliferate, right? Yeah, I proliferate. Do these come in tapped? They do not come in tapped. Okay, so we're going to proliferate, so I don't... And I will take the 1 or the 2 here, and then do this. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's not going to matter. I'm going to blow everything up. So we go to 8 poison counters. I knock my opponent back down to 3 mana. Teferi was a good card. Okay, so 1, 2... And I'm probably not going to tap this for any reason. And then we undo inversion. Man, that feels so ugly. But, I mean, I'm so far ahead now. I'm so far ahead. Because my opponent's just been missing land drops. I'm even going to go get a counterspell here. I'm just going to get a counterspell. And then just leave it up so my opponent can't do anything weird. I think that's fine. That feels so ugly, but I mean... Alright, they finally found their land, but they're still missing white mana. Untapping with Teferi is basically an instant win, or it usually is. Alright, yeah, we probably just win now. It is unyieldingly difficult to not lose once you get to this point. But, you never know. I will not fight over Tezzeret. It's not important to me. You know what? I will. Yeah, alright. Opponent was probably going to scoop when I cast a counterspell, but the fact that it was specifically this 3-2, because I don't want it to resolve and start smacking my other Planeswalker, I think it would make sense to actually counter that. Wait, my opponent knew about Tail's End, and they still cast this. This is a legendary. Yeah, I guess I should have sent the Tail's End instead, because my opponent just literally knew about it, and this obviously can hit more things. But yeah, they missed land drops, but they actually did have the early poison going on, which is hilarious. There's not that many like things that start the poison train, in my opinion, but they did have at least one, which was enough to get going. But they never cast Atraxa when they probably should have, when they had the mana with the mana dorks there, but it worked out in the end. Interesting game. We blew up all of our value, which is hilarious. I have so many sweepers, too. I have so many board wipes, and I just had the one that happened to blow up my everything beyond creatures. But all the other sweepers wouldn't have done that. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. That was a goofy, goofy game. Very goofy. Very goofy. Alright, Portable Hole is completely useless. Tail's End, not so much. The rest of this hand's not looking great. Okay, we can maybe one ring spam, sort of. 5 color is just degenerate no matter what happens, though. The nuclear option? Yeah, winning something would solve the equation. That's true. Could have done that. But we don't play like that here. I don't want to hear your slander. Your poisonous ideas. Does this tap artifacts? It does. Okay, I kind of regret not TMAO targeting the Arcane Signet. That probably would have been quite useful. Alright, well, yep, it would have been quite useful to do that, and I didn't. I guess I do this. This is goofy, but sure. And then I play this. Alright, so the first sliver hopefully doesn't just randomly peel, like... Actually, I don't even know what it could peel. Okay, they can't cast it. Good news. Sort of. When is this ultimate? 7? Alright, if I can keep this alive, I'd be very happy. Let's play you. And then you. And then this. I mean, we get some damage in. It's kind of adorable, but it's not, like, that amazing. And I leave up my negate for a random first sliver win card. Alright. Supreme Verdict is totally fine. Don't care about that at all. So we get the Tamiyo ultimate. It's not that amazing. But it's better than other things. It's also an artifact, right? Colorless artifact. Yeah, it's not even indestructible, which is really stupid, but so be it. Alright, we get our discount, we get our draw. So I'll just do it now. You. Draw. So we got the engine going, just a matter of it being good enough. I don't think I'm playing my commander this turn cycle. Don't think I want to. Alright, counter spells. Irritate my opponent, please. They wisely didn't swing. Some people do. Let's instantly blow up this Celestius. I just want to take my opponent off of, like, all the mana. I think this is fine. Play Cavernous Souls on Spirit. Oh, come on. Why doesn't it just put it in there? Why do you do this to me? Play you. Oh, wait. Let's draw first. Okay, that's not really that amazing. Well, there's no reason to swing with this. And pass. Yep. Oof. Oof. Opponent. Oh, no. Ooh. Oh, no. Alright, let's do this the right way, shall we? For once in our lives. I don't even really need to spam the One Ring, because I don't have to worry about dying if I can just Tamiyo. Like, I can just draw cards with this thing and not feel so bad. I'll tap it once. Hey, Psy's pretty good. Alright, we loot this. So we play this one, keep that one, and then pass. Alright, opponent, this is getting harder and harder. They need, like, a crazy, crazy spell. That is not it. They didn't even show me lands, so I don't care about that. Doesn't do anything. That, I don't care about that. You have all the mana you want. Knock yourself out. My opponent needs to get out of this One Ring thing, which is probably impossible. I also gotta be careful I don't deck out. I don't find that terribly likely, but you never know. I've done dumber things for sure. Alright, Teferi probably just seals it. The first sliver is just annoying, though. Because it is a 7/7 that, like, makes it hard to swing by, but it's not really the end of the world. Oh man, I'm having the time of my life right now. This is great. Oh, this is awesome. Is anything portable holdable? Nope. Portable hurt derper derper. I did it again? I don't think I did it again. I did it right that time. Get out of here. With your words and your thinking. Oh, they're browsing their graveyard. What does that mean? What could they possibly have? Oh, the turn before? Oh, fair enough. No. I could have tails in that trigger, honestly. No. Opponent is still in it. Oof. Ooh. Ugh. Oh, alright. They scooped. What does Croxa do? Okay, Farewell is good against Croxa, but that doesn't mean I'll ever get to Farewell. It doesn't seem realistic. This doesn't seem too ideal. I mean, I don't hate this hand. It's missing green, but the rest of it's fine. Whatever. I'm just keep it. Cavernous Souls. Okay. What do I discard to Croxa? Probably Cyclonic Rift. Probably just beyond the most useless card here. Above and beyond, not very useful. This says up to. It can target something. You can cast this without a target, which is goofy, but sure. When does this trigger? When you descend? Okay. Descending's pretty easy with Croxa. Let's get rid of Cyclonic Rift. And then hope our opponent just doesn't have a way to, guess I just take 3. Alright, playing my commander doesn't feel all that useful. I will just play this. And then Cavern next turn, and then I guess we Farewell. I don't know. Oh boy. DRC. Ooh, okay. 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 That was huge. Huge, huge. His name Spirit. Boop, boop. Farewell graveyards and anything but artifacts. Don't exile your own artifacts. I have done that before. Exile that. Boom. This also resets Croxa, but that doesn't really matter. They can just cast it anyways. I guess I get rid of the Welcome here and keep the counter spells. Alright, we might stabilize here. Might have just straight up stabilized this turn, unless they have like a... who knows what. I guess I just copy a land. As much as I would love to copy Power Stone Shard, because the more you have, the more they tap for, I don't exactly need more mana right now. I'd rather just leave up my, you know, these, instead of like casting one of these for no reason. Innocent Blood. Okay. I will actually let that happen. I would much rather deal with quite literally anything else. Really, your last card is a removal spell? Of course. Well, whatever. There goes that. At least they can't get back Croxa this turn. Please don't top deck something stupid. Thank you. I should have tapped differently. I should have tapped differently here, I think. Yep. I didn't give myself the option to leave up counter. Why am I so stupid? Ah, it didn't... The manual tapping threw me off, not gonna lie. Okay, literally never punished. Yeah, my opponent, that was probably a crucial turn for them to, draw something significant, and they didn't. But I would have, had I wasn't, if had I not been dumb, would have had a counterspell up here. So there's probably not much at all they could have cast. They could have cast anything, I guess, that cost 3 or less, and if it was counterworthy, then Kroxa can come out of the graveyard, or vice versa. Like, I can let it resolve if it's not scarier than Kroxa, obviously. So it really depended on their draw, but their draw was a land, so we just win. We win through our mistakes. What is this? I don't even know. What on earth is this? Investigate, sack a clue, Sphinx's Rev. What? Okay. Oof. Alright, well, good luck, opponent. I mean, that's cool. I've never played against it. Your clues have... Okay. Your clues have Sphinx's Rev text. That is weird. Detective Tribal? Yeah, I mean, detectives make clues, so I guess they would have all of those in. I mean, if it's got clue on the text of the card, they're probably playing it. Probably playing that card. Opponent didn't cast anything. Do I cast Uro right now? No. I think I just flash in Mithril Coat. Wait, what? What's happening? Is Mithril Coat scary? I feel like this is the last thing on Earth I counter, but okay. I'll take it. Nope. I didn't. Alright, Karn, Uro. Let's see, pay 3 life. Do I play Karn? Uro? I guess I play Uro so I can maybe hit a land or something. Drawing makes more sense than anything, in my opinion. Oh, you're countering Uro? Well, that's never a good spot to be in. Alright, opponent lets it resolve. We found a land, which is dummy huge. We can now Essence Scatter their commander. Does it have flash? It does not. Okay. Hard evidence. That's adorable. My opponent doesn't have a land. They should have cracked the clue. You always crack the clue. I don't think you can afford to miss land drops. That doesn't seem realistic. We're 1 mana off of doing things I want to do, but maybe I don't even care. I really do not care about this card, so have at it. I feel like this is a huge win. They didn't crack their clue, and yeah, I think this is fine. Again, missing the land drop. This is another must counter threat. And this one actually goes to the graveyard for Uro. Oh, they didn't... Oh, opponent, you're supposed to counter it. No. It's alright. So I'm probably going to end up eating my Mithril Coat, right? Sacrifice 2 art... Oh, I can't. Rip. I need a second one. Alright, opponent found land. Not really a surprise there. I will take the clue token. I feel like that favored me. I wanted to draw off the Sai anyways, and now I just kind of can. Okay, so I'll play Karn next, and I guess I'll get white or green. Probably white. I almost want blue, actually. There's a lot of blue in my hand, yeah. Karn, again, is not... I don't really care about Karn that much. I kind of want the Jace to resolve, though. Oh, wow, that's just resolved. Sure. Oh, both of those are so ugly. Oh, I really wanted to land there. It's fine. I already played a land for the turn, right? Yeah, this is fine. I don't think I'm playing the Celestius. Not playing it makes my opponent realize I have things going on, though. Like, they know I have counterspells. Because I would have obviously just ran it out, and I didn't. Opponent is going deep here. Alright, let's do this. I do not care about the Mana Rock. I would have actually given myself this because it has a channel effect where this like doesn't do anything. Alright, now I'll play the Celestius and I can start digging for its daytime. Alright, it becomes night if no one casts anything, so I get a loot. So I'll just let that be a thing. Chemister's Insight, that is weird. Is this just straight blue-white control with, like, no interest in Sphinx's revving? Reliquary Tower? Oh, no. What was the other card? A land? Okay, at this point I'll start making Karnstrucks, I guess. I don't even know if we care about this, so I'll just send it. Karn, conveniently opponent. The option between essentially... Yeah. That's going to happen a lot, though. Devious Cover-Up? What? Okay. That is the greediest card in the game. My opponent straight just played Devious Cover-Up. I don't really know. There's a lot of white answers to my commander, so I really don't like Mithril Coat. Or just like spending my mana to put it on there right now. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, they could have Farewell, and there's a ton of stuff I'd rather just leave up my counter spells, at the very least, to some degree here instead. I will probably never Swords this Goose. Probably, I don't know. I think it's up to my opponent to maybe deal with the board. Alright, Haywire Might looking a little useless. Haywire Might would blow up a thing there. Let's do this. Okay. Let's play... I guess I'll do this, and then I can have a Mithril Coat in hand. Just to, have. I can flash it in the face of a board wipe or something. Alright, I mean, it's up to you to do stuff here, I think, not me. I don't care about this. I couldn't stop it anyways, but... What is my opponent's commander doing? I'm complaining about mine being useful. I don't even know what's going on with theirs. Let's get rid of... Oh boy. I like my whole hand, so I guess Midnight Clock? My hand is full. Especially with Uro potentially swinging all the time. There's no way you can just go right now. There's no way, right? They have to play something right now. They have to. There's no way they don't. You can't rely on survival just through instance, right? Wrath of God. Alright, let's see what happens when I cast this. I'll put it on Uro, because that's obviously better than my commander. Keep the new one, which is this one. Put it here. I don't really care about my commander. Just keep Uro around. It also gives me something to do later with my mana or something. Okay, they yet again did not cast their commander. Anything with a silver counter worth grabbing? Not really. Just plus it again. The Karn value has been pretty miserable. It's been pretty miserable, must admit. Oh, the Wandering Emperor, get wrecked. And then, now that they're tapped out, I can play Jace and pull very far ahead. Solve the equation. Thank you. I'll go get a counterspell. Literal counterspell. Alright. Yep, it's just stonewalling my opponent is just what I'm interested in doing, so... I could have even gotten Seagate Restoration as well, actually. Maybe that would have done it. Whatever the... There's two tiers. There's the dumb top one, and then there's the everybody else. I think Pock probably belongs in the top one at this point. I don't know why it's still down here. I can make a concession to the first sliver, maybe, because Pock has overshadowed it, but first sliver would become a problem again once Pock went away. Like this. Oh, jeez. No. Yeah, the everybody else tier, yeah. Alright, surely I get to cast my spells and they live, and I get to have fun, cool things happen. Alright, we don't get to cast our spells. Well, we get to cast one of them. It's just probably not the one I want it to. We'll see. Opponent, there's an argument for all three cards here, so... If ever I wasn't going to complain about someone taking their time, this would be it. I don't know their hand, and all three of these are completely reasonable. Alright, that's fine. What does this even do? I just threw it in. The only time I've played this, I think, was in Draft. Okay, it makes a Construct, and then a bunch of artifacts make more Constructs. Love it. Authority of the Councils. That's a card. That's a really weird card. Do they have Blind Obedience as well? What is this doing in here? Isn't this an aggressive deck? Attacking and triggers... Yeah, this is like an aggro deck. I don't really know what that's about. Okay, so I play Psy, but then it doesn't do anything. Play this. Okay. If I want to play this, I'm going to do it on a land that... Or wait. No, that doesn't matter, does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, so we play this. And then I... copy my thing? My weird thing? Adeline's a problem. Maybe I didn't want to swing that 4/4 so I could, like, trade or something. Okay. Alright, well, you know what? This actually isn't all that bad. I can... What does this flip into? Creatures gain hexproof and indestructible. Come on, dude. so stupid. Okay, that was probably the literal best draw in my entire deck. Yep. So let's do this again. Sure. Okay. That is a legendary, right? Guess I'm swinging with nothing? No, I'm going to swing with this because I want to incentivize my opponent to swing at me. So I will swing with this. And then I play the other one. Wait, no, hold on. I'm going to play Inversion as a land. I just need to do that. And I guess I just pass. Alright, this is actually pretty decent here. This settle. I mean, they get a bunch of lands, right? But I also just get to not lose to the best white creature in the game alongside their commander, so I just gotta take it. Okay, I'm a little confused why they didn't swing with their commander. It is basically free on board. Don't know what that's about, but sure. I feel like I would always swing with the commander, but my opponent didn't. It doesn't have vigilance, so I guess respecting Wandering Emperor makes sense, but I highly doubt they were respecting Settle the Wreckage. Cannot imagine that they were. So if my army of random constructs is big enough, maybe I could win this game. It does mean I don't really ever want to crack these maps, but that's probably fine, right? I can even make the maps 4/4s as well if I want. I could put counters on these too with the overload. They don't stop. Wait. Never mind. That actually doesn't work. Never mind. All right. Always casting this. I can't imagine Search for Glory finding anything better. Can I do both? Hold on. I can do both. All right. I get a Thopter this way as well. I mean, it comes in tapped, but Thopter nonetheless. Yeah, it doesn't have haste, so it is useless. Alright, so we have a giant 9/9 in the way. Opponent has to kill tokens. You love it when your opponent kills tokens. That is a good sign. Always a good sign. Opponent does have all the mana to cast everything in their deck, assuming it stops probably at like 3 or 4 mana. Oh, of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Why wouldn't it? Yep. Silly me. Brave the Sands. Well, Search for Glory can probably find something useful. Who knows what. Whir of Invention can also... wait, I can whir for Portal to Phyrexia? They can blow it up after, but who cares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just triple checking. I don't want to lose. I could get the One Ring, but I feel like this is just way better. My opponent has to commit a whole turn to dealing with this as well. Like, they have to cityscape it to not die to it, so... Yeah, can't do anything with my commander yet again. I guess I swing all out? Oh wait, if I swing all out, my opponent now cannot cityscape because they'll die to the board. Okay. So they need like 18 in haste. They can't just cast Cityscape Leveler. It doesn't do it. It's cool when this commander gets value. It's really neat. I like how it works. I like the... It does kind of feel like a plan B, or it's like a side plan, right? Like sometimes it's better than the other plan and vice versa. Okay, the One Ring buys them time, but I'm not too concerned with it. It doesn't buy them infinite time, and I'm still stonewalled behind a massive army of dumb stuff. My opponent also notably did not kill the portal, so I can create another one if I choose to. And they exiled a land off the top, so I'm not drawing a land. How considerate. Tail's End. Probably a good draw. Alright, so do this. Just want another portal, obviously. It's not a legendary, but I don't see a reason to play one. I can just use it as removal. I'd rather just do this. I can get all sorts of spicy things. I guess I'll just get the One Ring to prevent myself from being annihilated by something goofy. I think this is reasonable enough. This way I can't die to half the things in the game. I wonder how many expensive stuff my opponent actually has in their deck. Like, I settled the wreckage to them, and they cast Cityscape Leveler. I feel like that is... I feel like this is the... Like, their whole deck is 1, 2s, and 3s, and then they just have a random Cityscape Leveler that they happen to be able to cast. Something's telling me they're probably never able to cast this in a normal game. It probably shouldn't be in their commander. I don't think their commander's that fast. Sacrifice Mount Doom. Choose up to 2 creatures. Destroy the rest. No. Nice. If that did resolve, though, my opponent's still probably going to lose. Probably, I would assume. I don't really know how they come out of this. Wait, no, hold on. How does this work? Oh no! I missed an opportunity. I actually could have cast this for Overload and killed my opponent because I had a bunch of non-creature artifacts. I could have actually cast this and had it been relevant for a game. Oh, we were so close. I should have let Mount Doom resolve. I'm dumb. Oh well. Oh well, it's alright. It would have been a funny win. Win nonetheless, but okay. So I really, really like this strategy. I like Bant control, and I actually felt comfortable against the very stupid degenerate strategies that you see all over the place, namely Pock. Pock is still a bad matchup, but I didn't feel too bad about it. I do have some ways to actually beat it. Usually it's not the case, right? That used to be with Atali. Now it seems like Pock is the one that just goes crazy all the time. But other than that specific matchup, I like the strategy. I like how this is kind of a side plan, where if you're doing a Bant control thing, you can just win that way naturally with what you've got in your deck, or at least this list. There's probably 500 cards you could put in this commander. I like the abilities on this if I choose to go in that direction. It's like, all right, you know, I just got my Mana Rock, played on turn 3, excuse me, and then I start copying my lands or something. You do need an open way to get in and stuff. Obviously, spamming the One Ring over and over is infinite fogs and value and card draw and indestructible nonsense, which is nice, but I liked what I was able to do, and I even felt somewhat confident in the ability to protect my planeswalkers, which isn't really always the case, especially when you're somewhat diluted with a weird creature package that wants to go offensive, sort of. I mean, it's got vigilance, but it doesn't stay a creature. But I did like what this deck does. If you get away with one of your things, it's probably good enough, whether it's a Planeswalker ticking away, or playing a bunch of lands, recurring Uro over and over, sweeping the board repeatedly, hiding behind counter spells, or, you know, playing this and making 3/3s that harass your opponent's life total in the meantime. It's almost like Geist of St. Traft in that regard, where you just play it, and it's like, oh, well, that's got hexproof, so it is different. But, you know, oh, you got this thing in play, and I'm attacking them. And I did like this more than the option to play protection spells. I know there's like 12 on turn 1 you can play, because you're white and green. You can play all like the 1-mana ones, even some blue ones. Which would have meant you're all in on this, going over and over. And then there's certain games, if I did do that, I would have lost instantly, because I didn't have any big top end controlling stuff to stop my opponent from simply bullying me right past my 3/3s, and they don't care about them. So it was nice to have a top end package and that control aspect. I think it was actually pretty important to have it. But again, recurring just one of these random things is very annoying. Like, we had this. If you just do this a couple times over and over, even if it's a legendary, this is just totally fine, right? Honestly, I don't even want this to flip into a land. I want it to stay as an artifact. I just wanted to stay. Same with the One Ring, doing that over and over. I didn't do it with Key to the Archive, unfortunately. Mithril Coat's kind of weird. It's legendary. It's not terribly useful to do that. Mana Rocks are reasonable. Portal to Phyrexia is awesome to do it with. I did not like Portable Hole at all. I don't think it ever lined up with anything that useful. Glasket did. Glass Casket. I call it Glasket. This did. But I don't really like Portable Hole. There wasn't that many times where this was useful. It really wasn't. Honestly, I think Haywire might have been more often useful than this. Haywire Might is also a kind of a strange one because it is not a non-creature artifact, so it's not like I'm spamming it with this, right? I am kind of spamming it with Emery, which is cool, but that's not really all that amazing. At that point, I'd probably play, like, line up this, you line up the shot. Wilt is another one, if you want a slot for that kind of stuff. There's certain things in that. Yeah, Bant Spirits, that's true. This is a spirit. That is true. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. So if you care about the spirits matters thing, that's pretty cool. It doesn't exactly copy any spirits, but it's a spirit and makes spirits. You could totally go that route. Geist to Saint Draft is a spirit. They don't play nicely with each other in any way, shape, or form. They just sort of ignore each other. And you're still restricted to playing a bunch of things that do not have anything to do with spirits if you are to get any value other than lands with this. Yeah, that's it. I mean, Bant control with a weird 3/3 spammy value thing that your opponent really should answer, otherwise they're in severe trouble. And that's it. I really liked it. I would recommend this. It's really fun. I like Bant control. There's probably a bunch of different ways to run this, and I really liked how this list turned out. Expecting multiple Power Stone shards in play is extremely unrealistic. There are probably better options than this for mana rocks, so just take that in consideration. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.